In my own country, they trying to track me down. For what? I don't know. Oh, Mr. Liarman, you know I didn't do anything you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liarman. Joe Rastafari, King Selassie. Big up, oh, Mr. Liarman. Oh, Mr. Liarman. Oh, Mr. Liarman. Oh, Mr. Liarman. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liarman. Oh, Liarman, you know I didn't do those things. Oh, Mr. Liarman. I know I didn't do those things. Oh, Mr. Liarman. Mr. Liarman. Rastafari, know I didn't do. Oh, Mr. Liarman, you know, a liarman, oh, Mr. Liarman, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liarman, Rastafari, King Selassie, big up. I didn't do it, Liarman. Let Jah judge you. I am mine. I didn't do it. I am mine. Let Jah judge you. So what you keep lying? Lie. You lie. Oh, Mr. Liarman. Oh, Mr. Liarman. I say you lie. Oh, Mr. Liarman, hey, oh, Mr. Liarman, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liarman, Jano, Rastafari, no, I am mine. I didn't do it. I am mine. Let Jah judge you. I am mine. I didn't do it. I am mine. Let Jah judge you.
Mr. Liarman, me not go burn you with no fireman. Me not go burn you by the fireman. Cover you a liar man, wicked man, bad man, foolish man, Mr. Liar man. Get away because me never love you. I say, oh no, Jaja, I go judge you. Cover you a liar man, wicked man, bad man, foolish man.
I am mine. I didn't do it. I am mine. Let Jah judge you.
Everybody there.
I didn't do it. I am mine. Let Jah judge you.
Wanna hear it? Don't ever follow back on Mr. Liarman then. Because the name say it already, you know. You see me? Mr. Liarman, wicked man, bad man, and foolish man. You see me? Fire from us a wicked man there. Mr. Liarman there. Fire!
Hark now, hear the angels sing. a new king's born today. A man will live.
I am President Tuggy.
Christmas Day. Hey, my Christmas oil, yeah. My Christmas oil, yeah. My Christmas oil, yeah. My Christmas, can't tell your Christmas, my Christmas on you too. Yeah. Merry Christmas and God bless your Liberian people. Yeah. Enjoy your Christmas. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a new king's born today. A man will live forever because of...
Madam Speaker, I have to say. Madam Speaker.
Hark now. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Liar Man, you know. Liar Man, you know. I didn't do those things. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. I know I didn't do those things. I'm Mr. Liar Man, Mr. Liar Man, Rastafari, know I didn't do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know, a liar man, a liar man, a liar man, a liar man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, Rastafari, Peace Celestia. Big up.
I didn't do it. Liar Man, let Jaja judge you. Liar Man, I didn't do it. Liar Man, let Jaja judge you.
So what, you keep lying? Lie. You lie. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. I say you lie. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Mr. Liar Man. Hey, oh, Mr. Liar Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Jano. Rastafari, no.
Liar Man, I didn't do it. Liar Man, let Jaja judge.
It's a birthday. Jump around and have a good time. Job. Rastafari. Yeah, me know. Yeah, just say me a celebrate. Then funny man. Yeah, go to pam. That's a birthday time. Viva! Job. Rastafari. Yeah, man.
Happy birthday to you.
We gonna celebrate.
Happy birthday to you.
We gonna have a good time.
Happy birthday to you, dear.
We gonna party.
Happy birthday to you.
I wish you well.
Happy birthday to you.
We jumping again.
Happy birthday to you.
I wish you well.
Happy birthday to you, dear.
We gonna run pam.
Happy birthday.
Yes, I am. Look at you. Come let me jump up around and we rock up for your birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Come back again.
Come let me jump up around and we rock up
Celebrate.
Hey, Joeyama. Joeyama, good DJ. Hey.
Happy birthday to you. I wish you well. Come let me jump up around and we rock up for your birthday. Come back again. Come let me jump up around and we rock up for your birthday.
All right. I'm about to play special music for my petty people, all right? Because my petty boy is right here. God is my hero. Your music coming right now. After that, we'll go to the clips. Petty people, they want for you, okay?
I'm tired. I'm tired with this rampooning fight to my
God is my hero. This one is special for you. God is my hero. You are honoring my voice. We're not tired.
I'm tired with this world. I'm going to my Lord. Oh, I am tired with this world. I am tired with this world.
Special for my better people. There we are. It's so
I am going to my Lord. I am tired with this world. Because this world for the problem. Because this world for the hatredness. And then put you do, it will be against you. My Lord, you see John 14, for one, you told me say you will be coming back. You love the world, that's the why you say I will not be God is son to die for my sin. Whosoever believe in him shall not perish but has everlasting life. When are you coming by? They are fighting. Brother, they say they are fighting. I am tired. I am tired. Oh, I am tired. I am tired with this world. I am tired. I am tired with this world. I'm going to my Lord. Can we go a Muna over free, get over for the Ganye. Monday. Go back for the Hovela. Naya be okay. Be okay, in your mind. Be okay, in your mind.
Special for my Bella people. God is my hero. I hope you enjoying it, man. Come on, enjoy. Check a little bit. Come on. Aselina. Life is good, man. Don't get depressed, man. Enjoy. Thank God, thank you. My people, you join me now. You complaining. You want to listen to music. You want to listen to depression talk. I'll put your head up for you. Oh, look at my baby dancing. Oh, my dopo. Oh, my June dopo. Cassava leaf. You can decode it. It is the way it is. Never go alone. All the way, LIB, all the way, LIB, all the way.
Sweet, David is where the rich are poor. When I pray for long fellow, you can pray for long life. As long as they live, you know, the better we grow. Power, it can make you happy.
Yeah, the Babel, it's a power is fire. It can make you happy. But I'm cooking up. Now what you really don't understand, man.
It's our liver. Not go along. He won't be can eat it. Or we just can eat it. It's our liver. It's our liver. It's our liver. Not go along. You take it from me that you tell. Bob will take it from you tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll say, man, I will check it for you tomorrow.
When you your favor, power is so far when you your favor. But I'm cooking up.
To you, you will have to cry. I don't know for one person, it's a matter of time.
Hey, Liberia, they have done out for a 1 year. It's just a matter of time. Oh, my Samuel Doki is gone. Oh, my Cherokee is gone. My Eric is gone. Now, Jawia, you will go. Liberia, we still be there.
You must make a hero. The dear game. Good
Man, let's enjoy ourselves, man. Let's enjoy ourselves. That they the one out free, me out free. It's funny, right? But it's serious.
Human beings can eat it, all the creatures eat it too. Sweet, sweet, living is slow. Where the rich are poor. When I pray for long fellow, they can pray for long life. As long as they living, that's how we grow.
Listen, if I don't pray for oh, Pharaoh, pray for long life.
From you tomorrow, mama. Hey. If take it from Peter today, oh, Bob will take it from you tomorrow. Bye-bye, power is power. It can make you heavy. Looking like a crookino, a way to capsize.
But he must be stubborn. That's the problem. He must be very, very stubborn. I think we'll be good tonight. We need to go to a depression. We're already up. Love is sweet, man. Don't allow anybody to spoil your happiness, man. Don't do it. Don't get depressed, man. Enjoy yourself. Because nothing counts here about life, man. I can tell you for sure.
After this a lesson, brother, I'm gonna away. Never where my way go. I'm gonna away.
One of the primary reasons why I call you here is that a lot of us, including me, we are concerned about your recent pronouncement with the formulation of a new group. I see you buried it. I don't know the name of
the Opposition Protection Unit.
The Opposition Protection Unit.
You see it? So I mean, all of the vests. Yeah, all of the vests and were printed from where all in Liberia.
Opposition Protection Unit.
Yes.
OPU.
Yeah, and you see me, my berry, right? Are you going live for the people to know?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope so. I hope that 419 there. I hope you're going live.
Everything you want me to blah, even the live.
You see some of my people, right? They are in the beret.
So why did you form this group?
The president said no security. You think I'm going to say about to kill me? 2023 will be worse than what happened July 26. This and it will be protecting our political leaders and protecting our supporters and the Liberian people. And don't take it for a joke.
The Liberian people, the police are here.
Where you go, start making fun of them. We are going to train people for self-defense. I'm a former police officer. Riot control. I did riot control at the police academy. I am one of the instructors. We started already. We started doing our physical fitness. We got some martial art people, trying to train our people. Master day martial. I'm a second day black belt holder. Where you go where?
Where's the training?
You will be invited on our second training day.
So you have had a first training?
We had the first training, and the people that were trained already, those are some of the people you see behind me. We have started the training with the first 50 men. Because one of the people said, until you can be tracked, we'll protect ourselves. Oh, you think I'm joking with it? I said, nobody can ask me why you wearing a vest. Nobody's supposed to ask me. Do we have security in the country? The president said the security is no more. Double, like in the Zinhos.
Going the way of the state.
It's very much great, and in fact, it helping the prosecution. I think.
And are you still ready? Are you still prepared, or do you still have the institution that you said the government has identified if Mr. Cummings is found guilty to go and do his community service?
Well, we haven't reached that level yet. The last time when I said it here, people saw it quite inflammatory. I don't want to go that route.
But is it something that you want to see happen? Even though you don't want to go that route, but do you want Mr. Cummings put behind bars or to go to a school and teach the ethics of?
Do you have a problem with anybody going to school to teach?
What do you want?
The changing a certain phase of the trial, I will determine the scope and direction of this case, and I'm weighing the evidence, I'm producing the evidence in court. Somebody asked me today and say, have you given the evidence? I'm producing the evidence in court.
For how long?
Well, I had a total of 34 witnesses, but I may dispense with some.
So why did you even consider in the first place, Mr. Solicitor General, Mr. Cummings not spending time behind bars, the 12 to 24 months, rather than going to, if you want to put it that way, community service?
The role of the prosecutor or prosecution is not necessarily to convict. It's to ensure that justice is served. And under our principle of law, acquittal is also justice. Do you agree with that? Okay. So let's assume that at the end of everything that Mr. Cummings is acquitted, or the state decide to enter, for example, to abort the trial for some reason, for some manifest necessity. I say assuming without a meeting, I'm saying Sunday, that in itself is still a form of justice in itself. But as we're proceeding now, the evidence, I'm glad. Gentlemen, I'm really glad. I'm very zealous. No, I'm so excited that the woman, the witness was so calm. He's so intelligent. That's the kind of witnesses we need to produce in the trial. You know, he's a former constitutional vice president. Everybody agrees with
The
that.
school in question, is it in Monrovia or in another county?
Oh, where I wanted Mr. Comey to teach?
Yeah.
Well, I have not. I think I'm trying to have a second thought on that.
So you want him now to go to prison?
No, I'm still producing evidence anyway. But if it means it reaches a point, if we get a conviction here, that is not the end of the road. Mr. Comey will appeal the conviction to the circuit court. If we get a conviction there, affirmation of the conviction, Mr. Comey can appeal to the Supreme Court. It's a long rope.
What if this time I can turn around? What if it goes the other way around?
No, I don't. I never get involved in the case and they turn around.
So you know this is ironclad, this is bulletproof for you.
Whenever I come to court, whenever you see the Solicitor General is in court, celebrate because there's a winning case.
Honorable Sifas, my last question to you. If you were to pick a county for the school, will you pick Montserrado or Maryland? Which county would you pick for Mr. Cummings to go?
Well, all the political subdivisions are part of the Republic of Liberia.
Which will you pick, sir?
What do you think? Cape Town will be better?
No, sir, I'm asking you, which county would you pick?
No, which country are you from?
The Solicitor General is not going to answer that question. He's definitely not going to answer that question as...
Mr. Taylor, did you ever deal in diamonds with the RUF in return for arms?
Never. There is not one human who believes in the truth can say that I, Charles Ganke Taylor, dealt with the RUF or anyone in the RUF taking diamonds for arms or taking diamonds for anything. None.
I'll ask you very directly, Mr. Taylor. Based on the evidence called by the prosecution, and I'm speaking louder because I'm told that my voice was very faint, were you regularly receiving mayonnaise jars full of diamonds from the RUF?
Never. Ever did I receive, whether it is mayonnaise or coffee or whatever jar, never receive any diamonds from the RUF. It's a lie. It's a diabolical lie. Never.
Party, because they accused you of supporting the then opposition candidate, your former opponent, now Liberia's president, George Weah, over your own vice president, Joseph Boakai. Your critics say you did that because George Weah offered you immunity from any future prosecutions.
Oh, that's, that's laughable, I'll tell you the truth. Something which will get... First of all, it's an unwarranted assumption, that I gave support to anybody. I became a very neutral person in the elections because I wanted to make sure that the people's will would prevail. And since my own party has taken a distancing stance, that made it even more reasons why I should become neutral. And let me say to you, whether I like it, whether you like it, or anybody likes it, the election results was the will of the Liberian people, and I had to respect it.
There are reports that opposition parties are joining forces to stage major protests in the capital, Monrovia, on June the 7th to, quote, save the state and tackle the country's massive political and economic crises. Will you be supporting those protests?
Let me put it very clearly in a very principled way. The right to protest is a constitutional and fundamental right. And anyone who wants to protest, and citizens who want to protest for whatever reason against their government or against any issue, have a right to do so. In a Liberian context, I would be concerned about protests because I know our experience. How what easily could be well-intentioned can end up into some very unexpected consequences. But the protest is going on. I believe the government has to give its support, has to give protection to the protesters.
But will you be supporting those protesters? Not the right to protest. I get you support the right to protest. I'm saying the actual aims behind the protest. Party because they accused you of supporting the then opposition candidate, your former opponent, now Liberia's president, George Weah, over your own vice president, Joseph Boakai. Your critics say you did that because George Weah offered you immunity from any future prosecutions.
Oh, that's, that's laughable, I'll tell you the truth. Something which will get, first of all, it's an unwarranted assumption, that I gave support to anybody. I became a very neutral person in the elections because I wanted to make sure.
So here comes the President of the Republic of Liberia. He is about to speak to the press here at the VIP terminal of the Rabat International Airport.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Welcome back home. My name is Vafli Kamara. I work for ELBC, where you had a series of international engagements, and I want to take you back to COP26 in Glasgow. There you made a very sound position, saying that countries like Liberia in Africa that contribute little or nothing at all to climate change are the ones who feel the brunt, and that they are to benefit financially hugely. I read that big financial institutions are committed to providing $100 billion to fight climate change. My question is, will Liberia benefit from that money?
Well, let me recollect. I think what I said was, a small country like Liberia that have big forests, which they protect the forest, but they have little. So I think that what I said in my speech, and just to say that we are off trying to fight climate change. Most of the countries that have major part to play, they receive little. And then there's a statement that all those that have big forests need to be solicited, and the forest need to be more organized so it can be regulated. And I even propose that they need to do everything that will regulate our forest so it can benefit us, because we are prepared, we're ready to fight climate change. But we cannot be fighting climate change in a way where we remain the way we are. So that if the global community is ready to fight, to make a climate change the best thing for all of us, which is important, because we need to protect our planet, then we are ready, we are willing, and we need to get on the table. And then, of course, I'm not giving the funds, but we heard that the country will be solicited and there will be help to guard the forest, to make use of it so that we can stop the pollution. And I'm sure Liberia is willing, will cooperate, and will be part of that.
You arrived to a breaking news, and that is the Center for Disease Control has changed our status. That means we have less risk infection of COVID-19 from level 4 to level 1. What's your reaction to that?
Well, first of all, let me again congratulate Liberians, for listening to us and listening to our health team. But again, progress, we are in progression, and every time we do our best, we need to do more.
Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, thank you for joining me on Upfront. It's been more than a year since you left office as president of Liberia. You came into power off the back of a peace deal that followed decades of war and violence and coups. You ended your mandate with Liberia's first successful democratic transition in 73 years. You're the first woman to lead an African nation, a Nobel Peace Prize winner. And yet some might say you've been more popular abroad than you have been at home. What do you say to them?
Well, I think if one really went around the country, where I spent a lot of time going into rural areas, being able to work with farmers and rural women and traders, and I found that I was very well connected with them. But also, if in the city, some of the positions I took were maybe not popular, then that's fine. But I also know that I had to be out there in the global community, being able to mobilize the support for Liberia. being able to restore Liberia's creditworthiness, being able to make sure that the partnership that we needed, was put in place to enable us to achieve our development goals. I'm very happy with what I was able to do.
When you became president in 2005, you pledged a war on corruption. You called it, quote, a national cancer and, quote, public enemy number one. But then you yourself were hit with a variety of scandals, your government, and you later said you, quote, underestimated the cultural roots of corruption. But surely Liberian culture isn't to blame for corruption. Liberian politicians, such as yourself and others, are to blame for corruption.
Well, let me tell you, politicians are part of the culture. Politicians are part of the value system.
But it sounds like you're blaming the public, the country, for the actions of politicians.
I'm not blaming anybody. No. I think you're just talking without listening. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying dependency, dishonesty came part of the Liberian culture over the many years of deprivation. The institutions to fight corruption were not there.
You mentioned the institutions, and yet you did have an independent corruption watchdog, the General Auditing Commission, which found 20 government ministers, accused 20 government ministers of corruption, and you failed to prosecute any of them. Why?
Well, let me tell you something. All of those reports were sent to our Liberia Anti-Corruption Agency. They were also sent to our legislature. We organized a particular unit in the presidency to be able to look at all of those cases and to be able to send them forward to the Ministry of Justice wherever they thought prosecution was necessary.
So why weren't they prosecuted?
Well, because our system is like that. If you want to really understand Liberia, you need to dig a little bit deeper. You need to understand our culture, our values, our systems. And the way to tackle it is not always to just make a whole lot of noise about it, but to quietly build those institutions that are going to be long-lasting.
What is it about your country's institutions and values and culture that led you to appoint 3 of your sons and your sister to top government positions? Something that led to your fellow Liberian Nobel Peace Laureate, Lema Bowie, to resign from her post as head of Liberia's Peace and Reconciliation Commission. Does she not understand Liberian culture or institutions?
No. Let's put it this way. First of all, when I took office, if you're talking about one of my sons was always in place a couple of administrations before I took place, and I didn't fire him. Yes, I didn't think it was necessary to do so. If you're talking about the others where I needed a specialized skill to be able to achieve our objective of trying to mobilize the resources to tackle our major development programs, that's what I did. And frankly, will you please look around today at some other countries that have found themselves perhaps in similar position and have been able to put in place those particular relatives close to them whom they feel they could trust? I'll leave that to you to do your research on.
Well, I've done my research. The British Prime Minister hasn't appointed any family members. The Canadian Prime Minister hasn't appointed any family members. The French President hasn't appointed any family members. The German Chancellor hasn't appointed any family members. I could keep going, Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf.
Good for them, is that all?
Well, you were saying look at other countries. I'm saying it's not a common practice for presidents or prime ministers, certainly not in democratic nations, to appoint a bunch of family members to run various institutions.
Well, look, let me put it this way. We're really gone beyond this now. You know, let's deal with the real issues of Liberia. Let's deal with how we can help this country to succeed.
You say let's deal with Liberia's real issues. No. You said you appointed family members for specialized skill sets. Your son, Robert Sirleaf, was appointed chairman of Liberia's national oil company. That company went bankrupt and $30 to $40 million US disappeared. What special skill set did he bring to national oil company?
No. First of all, let me just say, what you just said is a blatant lie. L-I-E, lie. You go look at the records. There is nothing about that company going bankrupt.
So there were no problems at all at National Oil Company?
The National Oil Company ran into because the 2 companies that were trying to exploit for oil, ExxonMobil and Chevron, could not find oil. They pulled out, and that meant that this company could not continue. It's as simple as that. And the record is clear on
How about the Liberia's central bank? You appointed your son Charles Sirleaf as deputy governor there. You suspended him. You suspended him for failing to declare his assets. And 2 months ago, he was ordered to be held in jail while awaiting trial for having unlawfully printed local currency worth tens of millions of US dollars. Did you know he was doing that?
Well, I didn't know you wanted to have an interview just to come out with outrageous statements. I mean, if that was so,
I'm confused. Was he not?
Should never, no. We should never have that. I thought you.
Hold on, has he not been held in jail? Is that wrong? Has he not been held in jail?
True. That is not true. That is not true. He was unjustifiably, illegally charged. But anyway,
so he was charged. I mean, that's your opinion. You're his mother. Obviously, you're not going to agree with the charges. I'm just asking you to comment on him being held for trial. You're saying that didn't happen. Please.
No, you're not. No. What you're trying to do is showmanship now. That's what you're trying to do. We don't need that. We need to have a civil exchange.
I'm very civil. I asked a very simple question. You accuse me of making up things. I haven't accused you of anything. I simply asked, your son has been ordered to be held in jail while awaiting trial for having unlawfully printed local currency worth tens of millions of dollars. What's your reaction to that? There's nothing uncivil about that question.
Look, our system requires that when we have a case under the jurisdiction of the court, we're not supposed to talk about it.
All right, my people, y'all heard. This is LRB story. It can't end. Y'all heard what my Ellie said? Our value system, our culture, our everything, okay? That's stealing. And that's why she stole enough along with her children, her adult children, friends, and their own friends. They didn't want no prosecution, so they grabbed a puppet, call himself president, I call him occupants of the executive marshal, George Weah, and give it to him, and give the country to him. And that's why George Weah, the other warlord wife, Joy Howard Taylor, I don't know, she crippled, now she working funny. They all said that they are on the time here to eat too, to steal, because of our value system, according to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. We Liberian people, especially the leaders up there, their value system is stealing public money. Okay? Because the thing is simple. We all saw it. We live with it. This is a woman that said corruption was public enemy number one. But she got caught. And that's why Liberia will not go in front just now. Until some people are executed. That country will not go in front just now. That country ain't going nowhere right now. Even the election, until we go into it, I'm not sure. You see how election commission flipping? You see how they're flipping? Certain people need to be executed. I say so. Because you cannot have a country, even Susu Club, in the community, in the neighborhood. No rules and regulation. Anybody can take their friend their money and just go. Is that what we say? Susu Club. Then what you talk about whole country? You talk about whole country, then you got a useless book. This one here, we call it Constitution. Nobody live with it. President's supposed to travel for 7 days. Mass. After 7 days, they must pay their own feeding, everything. President travel for 50 days. 50 days. He comes out to the country. He go to church. According to the church people in that church, they're receiving to tell God thank you. But he goes there to call lawmakers, they're crazy. To throw talks on opposition political leaders. Okay? That's the country we got. And people dance to that. Almost majority of Liberians are my people. They're not normal people. That whole country needs rehabilitation and reconstruction. Not just physical infrastructure, but the mind, the mindset. But tonight, that is not the issue. Tonight, because of the same crazy stuff lying on camera, I'm asking you people, you tell us, or you join me to discuss the issue. I'm not going to sit on talking here. I just want to lay the basic and then you call. If you're in call, I call it at night. Why Liberia did not get the money from MCC, even though they passed a scorecard for 5 years? When I said it the last time here, people were talking from. We live in America and the world over, including the United Nations systems. Experience matter on every single job. Experience matter a lot. The only man we have seen that have worked for 5 years still does not have an experience, George. We are on planet Earth. This is the only man that have worked for 5 years straight. No experience. No job experience at all. Because he's not winning. All he is interested in is to take pay and have sex with all the women he offering job, according to his own party chairman, Moba Moru. The only menacing man for George Weah is Moba Moru. Anything Moba Moru says, he can never say point to that boy. But when he travel, he come to his Kangaroo airport, he put his mouth on Joe Boakai, he put his mouth on Kumis, he put his mouth on Tiawan Gongo, he put his mouth on Yeke Koba and the rest of the people. And the only person that can take it back to him is Yeke. Joe Boakai, then, the way they grew up, their own generation, not like that. They're acting like a diplomat. Nyombli Kanga acting like a diplomat. Kumis acting like a diplomat. Okay? But Yeke is not acting like a diplomat. And two of them, they're crazy, huh? We'll be having our conversation maybe tomorrow or so. What I want you to tell me tonight, I said something here the last time. America, I say no other country but United States of America, Uncle Sam, from A to Z, all of the countries around the world, especially Liberia, they know more about Liberia than the Liberian government themselves. That's a fact. Everything happening in your country, they already know it. Then you come to United Nations General Assembly, you can't lie to them. Then you come to U.S. Africa Summit. They expose you further to see whether you will say the truth this time. Because they sanctioned 3 of your government officials in August. Then you come again, you lie again. Then Samuel toward this, you say they pass the scorecard now. MCC scorecard. They send special son for that. After 5 years. How can you be taking a single test for 5 years straight you can't pass? Whole government, all the qualified, competent people in George Weah government, including himself, they all bring lack. Because why? And not only that they are incompetent, but they ain't really worth the salt they eat. That's why. They are not in there for the people, for the interest of the country. They are only over there to loot. That's what they're doing. This is the first time in modern Liberia, a president traveled out of the country for 50 days straight and returned to the country. He got nothing to offer to the people, but he trained talk on opposition political leaders. That's it. So that's why he carried back. That's why he carried back to the country. He forced to talk. His own information minister said he even got budget for the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tracing. Because he doesn't like the guy. But is George Weah forced to appoint, or was he forced to appoint legend who running? Was he forced? A legend who running really supposed to be there in the first place too as a professional journalist? That's for another night. But my people, George Weah government say they passed the MCC scorecard. They are going to get a $250 million because that's what countries get when they pass that card. I mean, when they pass the requirement, eligibility requirement. Regrettably, Liberia is not going to get anything. Liberia is not going to get anything because what? While they were struggling to take the test and pass it, after they attempted, I think this is the 5th time, if I'm not mistaken, because they've been in power for 5 years. Can you imagine? You take one test, you fail. They give you makeup. You take it again, you fail. You study, you fail. They give you another makeup again. You take it, you fail. They give you another makeup. You take it, you fail. They give you the 5th makeup. Finally, you pass the test. But hold on a minute though. The test here, passing the test alone is not all to it. One of the key or few elements of the test requirement is number 1, anti-corruption. That is on that paper. How you manage the people's money, the people's resources. How you manage those public institutions. LACC. George Weah used legal institution to dissolve the LACC. And came up with Sogan Kangaroo statement. They wanted to arm them. But why you have not constituted a new LACC? Human rights is another issue. Human rights. How can you be struggling to pass a test when you're beating all university students on camera? When you're beating all university students? How can you be empowering women when your own party chairman says you have sex with them? Then you come to Washington and lie to the people. You lying to yourself. You lying to American people. Because they already know what you're doing. And that's why the ambassador, U.S. ambassador, came up with that open letter. Said there'll be more sanctions. His government thought the 3 government officials that were sanctioned recent time, that will have changed the trajectory from ugly to better. Regrettably, no. Because at their time, didn't change nothing. Just will get out of Liberia, he go and sit down in Qatar to watch football game. Who told you the war going to take Joshua serious? Joshua, we can get Joshua and take death 100 years to be president. He will never improve. He will never improve. The Englishmen call it dull, D-U-L-L. He is a typical representative of D-U-L-L, the occupant of the executive mansion. That is who he is. So the people pass the test. America said they're not giving them no money. Because everything that's supposed to be on that paperwork, they're not living within there. They are in violation of almost everything. They're stealing money. They're using former rebels against their political opponents, according to the sanction report. They're taking public money, transferring it. You're listening to Serena Sifa, right? That's the reason I brought Serena Sifa on. How can this man be winning the case, bringing phenomenal witnesses, the case in government favor, but this is the same man at the scene that dropping the case? Look at the contradiction. 360 degrees away from reality. A lawyer. Then you got the other Aki and Baba guy sitting over there, say they miss her identity, Nathaniel Magay. Nathaniel Magay, we all used to have Nathaniel Magay when they come to the country here. Same plane ticket, he can't sit in Philadelphia, we transport him to and from. People send money, he come to Minnesota. People send money, he go to New York. People send money, he go to Rhode Island. Nathaniel Magay becomes chief of office staff or chief of staff or, presidential affair man. Nathaniel Magay overnight is a rich man. When Nathaniel Magay was working at Internal Affairs, before Internal Affairs, Minister of Justice, well, I don't want to go to that personal issue because it's out of government. He said dreaming. That's why he entered 2005 and graduated 2002. He's still dreaming. So the people pass the test, but Uncle Sen said they're not giving them nothing. And they gave other countries, including, I think, the Gambia or so. So they all got money from MCC, my people, but Liberia can't get anything. In the whole, look, let me tell you something. 3 countries in West Africa, that Liberia, that Sierra Leone, and Guinea. These 3 countries, they're almost on the same level in terms of development and war. Civil war. Guinea did not go full scale. Africa did not go full scale. But even in the midst of Sierra Leone that went full scale, Sierra Leone is better than us. Sierra Leone is better than us, my people. So they passed the MCC scorecard. Uncle says they didn't give them anything. In fact, not only that they didn't give them anything, but they need to follow up. If they mess with election, whatever Uncle Sam doing right now will be more than that. It will be more than that. So my people, let me stop it right here. Yeah? Y'all call the telephone numbers. The direct number is 267-938-2801. 267-938-2801. If you are not able to call us direct, call us on WhatsApp number 267-648-8012. 267-648-8012. Please, if you are in America, do not call the WhatsApp number. Give the people that are outside of America the opportunity to call the WhatsApp number. Please, it's just a special appeal. Please follow the instruction. It's very, very simple. All right? Before I get the first call, I want to say this in this public manner, on this platform, on our own behalf. Liberia Today Media and Broadcast Talk Show, okay? We want to say to the family of the late PLP political leader and the partisans of PLP for the loss of Dr. Daniel Cassell. Liberia have lost another great man, especially Lofa County, and that loss is not replaceable. But one good thing we can say for sure, all of us human beings, sometimes we are very, very emotional, but let me tell you something, death is a lesson. And everything we're talking about, we don't know whether we will be. Whether we'll be rich people, whether we'll be president, will not be president, will be minister, will not be minister, will be this, will not be that. That's cool though. But the good news is, even in the midst of misbehavior, okay, we are all aware that one day we're going to die. And that's what baffles my imagination when I see political leaders misbehave the way they misbehave. Look at people like George Weah, for example. Look at people like George Weah. All the way they kill Samuel Kanyando, it doesn't even bother him. That doesn't even bother the man. Look at how Chattanooga got out of power. It doesn't even bother that motherfucker. What is their wife that you will take everything from everybody, from poor people in Liberia, and you sit over there, you insult them over it, and you want nobody to say anything? You know what? We'll take it to him this time. We're not going to be diplomat anymore. Let me tell our first caller. We'll take it to him. Nobody's going to run away from George Weah. I agree with you can call back. If they want another disturbance in Liberia, they should let us know so we can get into it. We're ready to be rebels too. They don't own that country more than anybody. All right, the caller calling back. Yeah. Good evening, caller. What is your name? Where are you calling us from? Are you there, caller? Yeah, go right ahead. You are live. But you didn't even call your name. Can we know your name, please? Your volume is kind of a little low. A low like the speaker here now. Yeah. Are you hearing me? Yeah, go. Yeah. Much better. You know what? Just give me a few seconds. Let me put you and do that. That's a very good information. But the phone speaker is lower. Let me press some button. Then you call Reba or I'll call you Reba, okay? Just a few seconds. Sorry about that. I did some setting here. It looked like it didn't go through. This technology keeps challenging people here. You need to wait for me, small caller. Let me connect the speaker quick. All right, folks, while we wait for this connection here, let me just be entertaining you guys small. I'm so sorry this thing didn't go through. All right, let's go to... I got the milk. I come in. You gotta wait for me small little bit. Let's go to Minister Alvin P. We're gonna be doing that one until we get the things fixed.
Blessing to plenty, man. D12 on the beat. Your season has come, your level has changed. No delay, no more delay. Your season has come, your level has changed. No delay, no more delay. Your season has come. Hallelujah, your level has changed. No more delay. Your season has come, your level has changed. No delay.
All right, caller. Sorry about that. I did something here that didn't go through. I thought it went through, so now you are better up. You can go ahead, please.
Okay, I wanted to play this. Using Fagon.
Okay.
Because you were talking about corruption. That's what I wanted to play this so your people can read it. Just 1 second. Let me play it again. Whether you will get it, let me allow it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go pay for it.
Okay, Brother Francis?
Yeah.
You heard Eugene Fagon, right?
I listened to him.
You see, this is what I want all of us, like you guys. I think I sent this recording to AB way back.
Okay.
When we're talking about corruptions in the country, like we just hear this singing song every day, corruptions. But like some of you guys are working in government before. When you ask a government employee, what is the day-to-day revenue collections of Liberian government, they can tell you. There is an information minister that clearly stated that the Liberian government making $10 to $15 million a day. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I start and did my own calculations because of the shortage of private sectors in Liberia. We have 250 working days in Liberia. When you take the Saturdays and Sunday plus the national holidays, you're left out with 250 working days. And I've multiplied that amount he talked about, and I arrive at $3.7 billion a year. And then from just 5 years. So I multiply that. That's $18.2 billion. So how can we hold these guys to come out? Like every time I try to call him, anytime he on phone, to ask him these questions, what he said, he stand by, because he always say he's 55. Okay, so whether it's true that we are government making $10 to $15 million a day, because we just seeing some that bring to. Every comment is corrupt. I listened to when you were playing Ellen. I listened to that Ellen recording way back. Mm-hmm. You know, Ellen always defensive. You know, when you did roll, you can never be defensive. But Ellen always defensive when that guy interviewed her. Okay. Are you there, Francis?
I'm listening keenly.
Okay. And coming to the question you asked about the MCC, you just shot yourself in the head when you said corruption and human rights. Okay, and this is what I continue to say many times. Corruption and peace and human rights cannot meet. Okay, anywhere you find corruption, the violence and crisis will be in that setting. And then there can be no human rights. When you have violence, there can be no human rights, technically. So people just not passing the MCC, but they never met the criteria. Because corruption alone, they know, how can you have 3 ministers in your government sanction, then it goes, they owe you corruption free. This is why Liberia we're not going to get any money. But I really want you guys to investigate this guy recording. If you want it, I can send it to you, give me a number, I can send you the recording. I want you guys to play it. If you have a chance to talk to Eugene Fagon, read, kind of communicate with him to see if what he was saying is really, really true, if there's a fact checking today. Okay. That just we are government making $10 to $15 million a day. Then you can come out now and say, okay, these guys are corrupt. But we're just singing a song from Ellington, from Doden, from Tottenham, and we don't even know how much government, our government can generate a day. So this is what I want to say.
Thank you very much, Carter. But you can send it to the number you on right now. Actually, I will get it.
But the number I'm speaking to you.
Yes.
I'm talking to you now.
Yes. You can send it to
The
that.
267, the 938.
Yeah, 938. That's a phone number for the talk show.
Okay, I'll try to send it and see whether you get it. You know, I really want you to get it.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, Carter. So we are waiting for your call. Okay. You need a call so we can talk the thing here. If you have any idea you want to share with our audience, you are welcome. Your call and share your ideas, okay? My people, you're sorry. Anything you're getting from my background, you're just sorry. That's how it is right now. I set this situation, I can't handle it. You're not just bad. It will be all right.
For everything you done in my life, I may not be qualified, but Jehovah, you qualify me. You take me from the back, you built it for me, and make me wine today. My life was full of mistress, but now you came down to my level. You gather all my broken pieces, my disgrace, my frustrations. You gather my reproach, you gather my bundles, you gather my setback, you put them back together. So you take my position, eh? Yeah. You change my story. My thing never gone. Hero. Okay. Oh my God. I left my hand, I gave a salute. Hey. And throw away, salute to my King of Kings, Lord of Lords. You keep down to my level. When I thought.
All right, that is our sister Miracle A. Qatar. All right, so before we go further, let me do my small commercial. I got big announcement here from Immigration, USCIS, okay? United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. All right, because that's our area there. So anything we get, we want to share with our audience. All right? If you're not in any trouble, that's fine. You don't get no green card problem, you're okay. But maybe somebody next to got some green card problem. Maybe their green card expired, maybe it got lost, maybe they didn't get it yet. Whatever that is, we just want to share the information with you, okay? So before we go to the information, we got to do our commercial quickly. So Kangoma Multi-Services Consulting, KMC for short, LLC. We are your community members here. Happy to file all these small paperwork. And we are very, very, very affordable if you were to compare us to law firms. Okay? So if you want to do your citizenship and naturalization, you want to file for your adult children, your minor children, your parents, your brothers and sisters, give it to us. If you just came to America, for whatever reason, you found someone that like you and you like them, they love you, you love them, you'll get married, we call that one adjustment of status. We can also do that. If you get your boyfriend outside of this country or your girlfriend outside of this country, we call that fiancé visa or K1, K2 visa. If the person got children. All right? So we can also do that for you. If you want to do regular visitation, you want to invite somebody to come, you don't know how to go about it, we can do that too. If you file, all right, Libby is calling. All right, folks, I will continue that. Let me take this call. All right, Libby. Libby driving school. My man, you calling on your official number, right? All right. Lay on us. So what you say about the topic tonight?
Yeah, thank you, Reverend. I'll send you the video just now. I was just talking to you.
Oh, you are just talking with me. Okay. That's great. I think a pop up on my phone, but I was in flight. So thank you again for the call back. All right?
Yeah.
We will look at it and then we'll pick up from there.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. So like I was saying, if you want to do affidavit support, you file with USCIS, they approve your immigration benefit for your loved one, for your family member, and they send it to National Visa Center, and the National Visa Center come through, send you an email or maybe send you a regular mail and say, hey, we need to do A, B, C, and D. That means we need to do visa application filled out, they call it DS-260, and then you also need to do affidavit of support, all that financial documents, small accounting work. We can do that too. All right? We also are specialized one way or the other. We still putting things together on that, but we started doing it 2-3 years ago. Income tax. You all know what I'm talking about. Income tax, we can prepare that small bookkeeping. You know, whether you're single, whether you get children, whether that you're filing jointly, all that stuff, we can do that too. All right? If you came to America and you qualify for DED, if you came to America and the U.S. government came up with something through presidential memorandum, we can also work on that for you. Okay? And everything I just talked here, we are also providing professional phone consultation on all of the services, 24/7. All right? Our numbers are 267-648-8012, 701-330-4693. Now, the news here is this thing here. I know sometimes you can't see it good, but I will tell you why it is. Immigration came up with automatic extension of all green card related paperwork. Those of you that we represented you to file to renew your green card, you are in that category. You know yourself. If you are under my life right now. If your green card got expired, your green card got missing, or you came from Liberia, you won't get it here, or different country, you won't get it here, we're helping you. Just know the passport you brought from Liberia, they have extended that passport for 24 months. But if you get passport, that first visa that 1 year upon entering, if that 1 year already finished, you need to schedule an appointment with USCIS nearest office. Those of us in Grand Folks here, you got to go to FIGO. If you want us to help you to schedule that appointment, we can help you. Free of charge. You don't have to give us anything. All right? But you only need to do that if that your visa there, it already passed 1 year. If you just come in. Because the reason for that is employer will give you hard time. They got something they call E-Verify. If your green card expires, employers get to know that automatically through the E-Verify. So immigration don't want employers to give you hard time. If your green card got missing, whether we represented you or not, if somebody did it for you or you did it by yourself, you're not going to get it now. They are automatically extended for 24 months. So that means if you do not have a green card or your green card, you have it but expire, you have to schedule an appointment with immigration USCIS office that near you to be able to offer you something they call on this paperwork based on the press release. They call it ADIT. ADIT is basically means Alien Documentation, Identification, and Telecommunication. ADIT stamp after you file your form R90. That's a green card renewal form there. So if your green card expire or you don't have it because it got messed up and you apply to renew or you apply for replacement, you are in this category. Don't sit down before your employer tell you to go home. Schedule your appointment. If you're not able to do it, give her a call. I'm going to post the number and I already called it. You can go to the show and you can get it. Our website, our agency website address is www.californiaimmigrant.com. kangomaconsulting.com. Our telephone numbers are there too. All right? So, anything more than that, you're fine. You're fine, okay? So, that is that. That's immigration information. Our own business here, that's what we're doing here. We're doing insurance too, but they were our number one. So we follow the news. When we get it, we give it to you. And you don't have to give her anything for that. Even if you call her to offer you professional consultation to be able to do it better, you don't have to pay her for that too. But when you want her to sit down to do paperwork for you, then you give her small thing, yeah, time and money. That America, yeah. And you know that? You go do your overtime, we sit down and do your paperwork. You share small thing with us. Ain't fair? Y'all know it's fair. Okay? So let's go to the issue, okay? There we are. The president for our country, yeah? Whether we like it or not. But he misbehaves a lot. For the last 5 years, we've been losing $250 million from American government. That could help to rebuild our health sector. That could help education. That could help a lot, including agriculture. They failed the test 5 times before they finally pass it. But they passed the paperwork. They didn't study the test. They pass it. You know how they pass it? The paper traded because they've been doing it back to back, so they finally pass it. But the eligibility requirement for the test to get the money, they're not following that. Number one, human rights issue. Corruption issue. Nepotism issue. Corruption not just taking money. Using legal institutions to do the wrong thing, that corruption. Gave money to members of members of the House of Representatives to remove a certain justice, that corruption right there. You write a bill, you send it to them, you give them money to dissolve the LACC legally, and there's no more LACC. That's corruption right there. Solicitor General Serena Sifa dropping high-profile cases, getting kickback. That corruption right there. They don't want to take money, physical money. When you use legal institutions to do wrong against the people, that corruption, that stealing, that abuse, that misuse of power. And that's why our country cannot go forward. Until some people are executed, I will say it. You don't want to hear it? That your business, go home. Until some people are executed in that country, some people that are causing our trouble or they die naturally, I wish God could send thunder upon their heads. That country will not be better. When the people ready, the people not voting for good people, human being is not a call for the voters to go and pinch to get to know whether they are better or not. Nobody knew just where would be this anti-democratic. Nobody knew. But he is the way he is. And his own party chairman talk about him. They had convention at 2 a.m. Why he didn't speak to that? Why just we didn't speak to that issue? Which part of the world, this 21st century, that people can have, political party can have convention 2 a.m. But he called a certain representative that the man is crazy. And he expected the man not to say nothing to him. Because he's king. He's a mini god. All I can say to all of us Liberians, in Liberia and outside Liberia, we need to fight back. Anyhow, we need to fight back, because if we stay away in our closet and waiting for the wonderful election, the election might not even come. If election day came, they will manipulate it too. If there is no level playing field, how are you going to win election in Liberia? When you have the chairperson who is a former girlfriend of George Weah, the current election commission chairperson, David Ethel Lasana Brown, is a former girlfriend of George Weah. Okay, and you know we're giving it to you now. That's George Weah's girlfriend. And you all know how she got on that commission? Under the quote-unquote participatory democracy when Ellen was in power. Whenever there was a vacancy on the election commission or at the level of election commission, GAC, LACC, and the likes, Ellen was asking opposition political parties to nominate people so that she can do the appointment. CDC, as a major opposition political party, selected David Eto Lasana Brown at the time because she and Joshua were loving. And you know, I'm giving it to her free. That's how she went to that commission. When Kokoya left and he became president, Jay appointed her as chairperson. You see it? So the boyfriend and girlfriend thing on there. It's not about professionalism. It is not about country at heart, the way he professed that he loved the country. If you love your woman, you love your girlfriend, you love your children, you do better for them. Why Joey can do better for the country? And he loved the country. Why he can do better for the country? Why people continue to misbuild and stealing our resources? He can't fire them. He can't even reshuffle the government. Then people sit down there, serious out there taking, oh, that Liberian doing anything. Liberians doing it. Okay, we agree. Who appointed those Liberians that are not doing their job better? Who appointed those Liberians that are not doing their job better? It is the dumb-headed man, according to Yeke Kolba. This man that sleep with every single woman before he offered them job, according to Moba K. Maru, the chairman. Let him bear his phone to Moba K. Maru. CDC had convention and elected new code of officers, including Moba K. Maru, at 2 a.m. Joe, we are watching football game. Why he can't say anything to them? But he come from watching a football game, his son game, then he goes to Liberia, he putting his dirty mouth on Joseph Boaka, Yeke Kolba, and the rest of the people. We ain't got no respect for that motherfucker. We're not insulting the presidency. We're not insulting the office. We are insulting, we are describing this man picking occupants of the executive mansion. He wants to be there. He doesn't even understand the fundamental framework of governance. He has no understanding. And that's why he plays every single day. He gone back to Liberia to go play street football. That's why he did it before yesterday. I think yesterday or so. He said he played football on the street for peace. But he ain't even doing no peace thing. All George we are believing is disunity, division. He feel that will make him to succeed. But let me tell you something. People did it yesterday. They succeeded short time, and today they got no grave. You want to get out. What's the American doing do? He will arm to his teeth. He got no grave. That's why I play Professor Jones to put song. Power is heavy when it's in your favor, but it's a crooked. It can cash out anytime. Okay? When Charles Erokino, what did he do? He dissolved the constitutional AFL, constitutional army. He dissolved them and brought him up for the call ATU. What happened today? And made his son leader of them. He in jail for 99 years. Chucky Taylor in jail for 99 years. He doesn't even want to be identified as by that name, Chucky Taylor. Where is Charles Taylor himself? He honored bright light. Liberians, let me tell you something. If we stay away from these indigenous looters, we ain't going to have no country. We got to fight back. In our majority, though, not only on election day because they're going to manipulate the election. Not only on election day, they're going to manipulate the election. Trust me, they're going to do that. Because Joshua girlfriend sitting over there forcing with all of the commissioners. She sold thermometer for almost $1 million. The very government took her to court. The very government used Musa Belede to stain her bond. The very government dropped the case with no prejudice. That means if you go over there, you don't do it the way we want you to do it, we pick up that case. Serena Sifa. You think they're going to get MCC money? They're never going to get anything. America don't even believe in them. But America cannot vote for us. We got to vote for ourselves and get them out. And get them out. But before the voting day, we need to start pushing. Because this is getting too much. It's way out of hand. This man leave the country and use the country resources to watch his son walk again. He comes to America for a conference that's supposed to be on the 13th. He comes there 10 days early and goes back to Liberia. He even reached to Liberia. He passed to a girlfriend place in Ghana. He had one night there with Jackie Appiah. That's what Joshua did. He goes back to the country drunk and go to church, according to the church people, according to Dominion Christian Center. They received the president to tell God thank you for a safe arrival, but the so-called president, the occupants of the executive mansion, used the pulpit to denigrate good people like Joseph Boakade. Instead of telling his God thank you for a safe return, he used the very pulpit, the church, the house of God. He used it to castigate and insult other political leaders. That's what he did. That president there we got, that made an object, empty object. That is who he is. I dare him to put his mouth on Mobile Maru. I dare him. And Mobile Maru, that boy, that Bani Loma boy, he's strong. He's from Lofa County. I dare Joshua to put his mouth on Mobile Maru. I dare him. The only medicine man for Joshua is Mobile Maru. And you listen to the tape Costa play, right? Costa pay for it. I dare him. Everything Mobile Maru said on that tape, that's exactly who Joshua is. And Mobile Maru conducted convention in outside at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Liberian time. Did you guys hear him talk about it? He's stupid. He's stupid to that level. A day he will be expelled from the CDC. Trust me. Let it try. You know who then you want to talk about? How are you going to talk about somebody that don't have a good upbringing when you get par? You get par. We even know your mom, that your grandma brought you up according to your own story. You don't finish high school, but you got degrees. Then when they call you data, you feel good. There's nothing in your brain. What kind of embarrassment will put ourselves in so? The majority put ourselves in. Put us in like, excuse me. You get power. You know where your power is. Even your mom, you don't know her whereabouts. Your grandma help you. Then Liberian young people take power, they give it to you. Then you misbehave every single day. And you want anybody to say anything? All right? It's a national embarrassment for our country. The country has been down, but it is going down further. It is going down further. Even Animal Farm is better right now. Animal Farm is better. We ever been electing president. This other object is the least object we ever elected in our political history. Because nothing in it. It's an empty object. Empty object. Even if the people in want to, Joey can get people to talk. Sunday man became president. The country not quiet. That country is on a town bomb. That country is on a town bomb because there is nothing about peace. All we got in that country is the silences of the gun. That's all we got. Carrasco then get gun on their side. Presidential aide got gun. Can you imagine? Some of the ministers got gun. Then you go arrest somebody, you want to make it with news. Oh, why they have gun in their own rally spot. They made him shoot to kill anybody. He didn't even show it to anybody. They say illegal possession of firearm. It's an offense, according to Yeka Korba. The name says so. It's an offense. And the law says so anyway. It's an offense. It's not a criminal matter. It is bailable too. How you build your mansion? Why you didn't build it when you were playing football? How you build your mansions? You want to call me Henry Yango. He said the president in the country you guys thought he go out of the country you guys thought he stay home in his house. Your talk. So what you guys really want from this one man? We want him to do right. That's your answer. So the president go out of the country against the constitution, against the travel ordinance, and use the Liberian people money. He comes to the country, they thank you to Liberian people is to castigate other people, right? If he's sitting at home, let me tell you something. Just we are in the country, he out of the country is the same. It doesn't make no sense. But that's what we got now. And everybody's scared of him. The only person that's not scared of him, that two people in Liberia not scared of Joe Weah. That Yeke Kolba and Moba K. Moru, the party chairman. Those are the only two people that are not scared of Joe Weah. But the rest of the people, men and women, they're all scared of him. Cyril Allen and all scared of Joe Weah. Can you imagine that? That is where our country is. I'm going to leave it right there. Let me play mine on my body, Arvin P. Because the Liberia story can't end. Let me go to Arvin P. I wonder I can find his music title, Nothing. That's why I'm coming to play, so you can go sleep. All of you can go sleep. Arvin P, my man, where are you? Call yourself Mr. Liar Man. The mean person who's a liar man like Joe Weah. Then you calling other people Mr. Liar Man. The mean liar man in chief, criminal in chief, C-square. Their own policy allegiance, they may give up on them. All right? Population census that's supposed to be 9 days according to our own policy, according to international standard. If going 3 months, no result. He come back to the country, he even addressed that. What kind of insanity is this? Presidential insanity. So we really going that low? Hey, my people. Julu, my man, you got to call the regular number. Don't call the WhatsApp number. You're right around the corner of Virginia. My man, you got to call the other number. Don't call that number. Don't call the WhatsApp, Julu. I beg you. My man, I'm feeling telling you. You got to follow simple instruction. Nothing. I'm going to play my buddy, Arvin P, Minister Arvin P. Nothing. Okay? That's the title of the song. After that, I call it a night. Yeah, man.
You're not coming back in here.
I promise I'm going to pay my rent. You see me? That's what I'm working towards.
No, I gave
We're going to get Liberia back. We promise.
We gave you a second notice.
We're going to get our country back. Either by hook or crook, we're going to get it back.
Notice. I'm done. You need to take your stuff and get out and don't come back.
Brittany, please. All right, I'm going to bring my rent. Brittany, please. Hey.
Just grab for yourself for coming.
Yeah. I say nothing is too hard. Nothing is too hard. Yes, I can testify. After 400 years in slavery, God brought them. Hey, to the promised land. That's what. Hey, Liberia can testify. Hey, after 14 years. Ooh, I say nothing is too hard. Yeah, God, oh, I said nothing is too hard. Yeah, nothing is too hard. Ooh, for Jehovah, you know nothing is too hard. We stand to hold. Oh, cause we shed tears too long. We need to call out. Hey, impossible, can it possible? If you make yourself available, yeah. So I said nothing is too hard for you. I said nothing is too hard. Yeah, too hard. Hallelujah. You see, stagnation. You may be homeless. No food on your table.
All right, folks, we got another caller here. Probably he could be our last call. He could be. All right, Julu, you are calling from Virginia. I already know your name. I know where you're calling from.
I know you're about to close.
What?
How you doing?
My man, I'm doing fabulous, but I'm just pissed because I'm a Liberian.
There's a person, the question I wanted to ask you, did you see the people going to the airport to welcome
The people are my people. They are my people, and they induce them with our money. They gave them $20 each. We got the info. They gave those people $20 each.
They think that people are sick, man. I was so sick. I said, what kind of people is this? Somebody steal your money, the country not moving forward, and then you're happy about it to go there for the road to come back to the country.
Yep.
But if that was Zoko stealing, you know what they would do to Zoko?
Hey, they will burn it with tire.
Look, if Joseph Walker become president, anybody kill Zoko in the country, they should go after that person. They should go after that person. Because you got a dead criminal there sitting in the marshal and sitting in the Senate and in the House. And they're stealing like that, and you're happy about it. Very, very happy about it.
Yep.
But when Zoko steal, you can go buy the Zoko and go kill the Zoko.
Yep. Because they are not first class citizens. They are less class.
John, we are walking away as a free man from Liberia. No, I'm telling you, there is no reason why I should be sending money to Liberia. And I'm not walking away free. But thank you for your show.
Thank you, Julu. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, folks. So you know what? I came from a cattle pushing job. I've been sitting out here 1 hour, 50 minutes straight to talk Mama Liberia. You know what? I don't regret it though. We will keep doing this. We ain't going to sit down here to allow these indigenous looters, vampires, corruption King Kong people, criminal minded people to continue to rule our country and use our own resources to abuse us every day and abuse our people in Liberia, held by empty object George Weah. We will talk. And you know, I'm so excited because I will be in Liberia on Friday. We dare them to touch him. We dare them to touch it. You think we're going to Buto? We're not going to Buto. We're not even going to Bon County. We're coming on top of George Weah house. That play will come. That play will come. We ain't going to do that thing to go somewhere in Nimba County. No, we ain't doing that. We will pick up George Weah. That's what we'll do. We dare George Weah government to touch one person. A single opposition lose their life. They finish. We'll not go to Bon County. We'll not even go to Bummy. We'll start raiding Morovia there. Let's see where he will go. You know what? Even the baby living with you, or your dog that you give food to every day, if you push that dog on the wall, they will bite you. We are taking it enough. Let George Weah touch a single opposition and they lose their life. That time he will get to know the wrath of Liberian people. He will govern no more. He already governing. That other stupid man called himself chief of staff. He didn't know a portion. He didn't know what Chatera did to the army, right? He didn't know what Eddie did to the army, right? The AFL was right there, they grabbed Nigerian men to be their chief of staff. Because our Liberian people, even they can go all over the world, including America, yeah, the Trini can't enter their brain. You professional soldier, you're supposed to be a career soldier. Then you say, we will use our constitutional mandate. Which part of the constitution talk about your mandate? You're supposed to protect president. Your loyalty should be to the state. That's what we learn in elementary school. But you see, their boss ain't no shit. Joe, we are not even a 15 elementary student. I challenge George Weah. I challenge him. They all debate elementary or fundamental elementary policy of Liberia, good governance. He can. That is the reasons why St. George Weah became president. Said the young people giving the presidency, he had never had a single on-camera press conference. That's the man we're dealing with. Delon said he's thinking his brain is less than 2 megabytes. I think 2 is more. Probably is 1 or less. That is how empty that crewman is. Because the man not get power. Hey, man said we don't know her whereabouts. Then he want to talk down on Yeke. That Yeke will carry that too. Firepower Yeke. Go look for him. In our country, we call that person bastard. It made you very good. Take it. Don't be president again. Do your job. If you get power, you are a bastard. That's an English word. Why is George Weah power? Because Liberia is a continent in Africa. That's the only country people like George Weah will become president. George Weah cannot even be in a real country like places like Sierra Leone or maybe Ghana or maybe Guinea. He can't even be student council president. Elementary student council president, George Weah cannot be in some of these countries that I just talked about. But Liberia is a continent, and Liberians are just different people all over the world. And that's why we got what we got. That's what we got someone who played football Based on their God-given talent, they squander their money. They play gamble with it. They get married to a Jamaican woman. They say no Liberian woman is beautiful enough in bed. So he got married to a Jamaican woman. Even though he was married, he born babies all over the place, including Sierra Leone. Doing that marriage, doing that union. They were on separation. He became president. He bring a Jamaican woman and create budget for her. For our money, from our tax data. Y'all show me one first lady, based on our history, that had budget. There was a budget line. You know, annual budget line that they money here for the first lady. They'll go sit and share our country resources and we must shut up. You need to shut up. You need to ask something can do. When he said the children in Nimba County, the citizens of Nimba, if they stay in Nimba and despite his settled there, they will not live to tell the story, the other finger will come back to him. Those of you under my voice, you won't let that story that your business get out. All these ugly leaders, those are did the same thing, and Joshua doing the same thing, that what our problem not solving. Because our leaders are not using history to guide them. It is not that they don't know about it, they don't care. The very reason that God ought to be where we are, that God ought to war, it is the very thing that's happening right now. And you're the weird chain, you're the sedition, you're sit down there. You guys are already victims. Because when George Weah leave the space, that party will die. You know it already. You're going to die. Because you're in power. 3 years in power. You can't even win NSC easily. According to Eugene Fagon, you got to do casino politics. So put people behind the scene when they win, then you carry them. That's why you did to that other stupid lawyer. I guess I'm a bit better than my uncle and from Foya. I don't give a damn. We all banny people. I don't give a damn. If I'm a lawyer, party support me for whatever reason, that doesn't make me to wear a barrack. Law is a professional career. Okay? For Mr. Pato to allow himself on camera in Foya district to be buried by those little boys? When he was going to school, Thomas Fella was not born. Thomas Fella is the one that put berry on your head, Councilor Pato, and you go to the Senate and you don't do shit. You sit there and taking local county people money. We thought you would have done better, though. So everybody go crazy. So Joey, you put in all of your brain. Eugene Fagon called it Southeastern Company. That's the official name of the government under George Weah. Southeastern Company. That's the name. Can you imagine? Councilor Sherman, they all done. Vonnie Sherman, all people. He and Ellie clashed during the debate 2005. Morris Satuma, they all gone. Communist whistle. They can't even say nothing. Oh my God. Like, you know, they don't say Liberia was in the separate and people didn't believe it. It is real. Liberia is not even in the gutter. It is in the separate tank. That is why it is. Joseph Pato of all people. You know how long I've been hearing that man name? Thomas Farah, Jefferson Koji. They put berry on the paper here. He was happy. Clapping for them like that. Shame on him. I know my big brother will call me soon when I finish with the show, but I don't give a damn. This is the modern world. Constitutional democracy. I'm entitled to my opinion. Nobody coming to you, big brother thing to what they call me. You get a right, I get my right. He go on CDC ticket behind the scenes so he can become senator. Whether he will do better for the local people, he will not do better for the local. That doesn't matter to him. At least he getting paid now because he getting corruption money. And committee chair on judiciary, probably his number 2, maybe, to vanish him. Okay. Have local people problem solved? No. They put gravel on the road for Lofians to go to Lofa during the rainy season? Hell no, they didn't do it. They want to do it during the campaign time because they wanted that vote. But I don't blame them. I blame the Unity Party people that allow them to even conduct election in Lofa County, to deny their candidate that won that election. And they did everything they wanted to do to implicate Bernie Samuka so he can't take his seat. You know what? These people are not civil people. They are not civil people. We're not going to use diplomacy anymore. We are not going to use diplomacy anymore. We got to be brutal. If they can't brutal, we can't brutal. Those of us that read political science, if we believe in the tenets of democracy and the principle of democracy, we will use John Locke. Once that level playing field is created, we'll use John Locke theory. If the level playing field is not created, and you're trying to bash our back because we surrender our political right to you, we will use Ginger result theory, and that's what people use all over the world. Okay? Some can't do use it, they misuse it, because they suspended the Constitution for 5 years, not to the benefits of the people, but to their own benefits. Even when they went back and did the kangaroo war and created another 7 to protect themselves, they still did not leave their ugly behavior behind. They were still acting like soldiers, rebels, or rebel soldiers. That's what they did. And that's why they ain't got no grave. And that's why Charles Taylor NPFS stage war. That was Ginger result theory. Because what? The government that's supposed to be protecting the people, that very government started not to protect the people. Not only that they were not protecting the people, but they decided to start executing the very people they needed to protect. And you know what? I ain't got no problem with Charles Taylor people. They abuse it too. But guess what? If Joey want to go there, we'll go there. Nobody's sitting on the fence. Same Liberian people will glorify bad people. We want to learn to be bad people too, so we can't just be talking. That's why we got empty object president. We got former rebel wife vice president. That's Liberia. There is no civilized country around the world today that will ever do that. That people that just will be president for a country. Somebody who ain't ready complete elementary education. There's no thematic era in Liberia. Historical thematic era or good governance thematic era that just we got control over. Zero. Zero. My entire adult life, I've never seen any president around the globe, not just in West Africa or Africa. 5 years straight. This man cannot stand on camera to address the people that he represents. But he go to a Hikangalo church, there where he talks. He used a winger church, that the place he can talk. Maybe when the journalist pressing from EABC, because if he's comfortable with them, when he comes from his useless trip, foreign trip, at the airport, maybe he will say something. And there's nothing he will say that will make any sense to anybody. So leadership is to serve. If our people are not serving, you can be my brother, you can be my uncle, you can be my nephew, you can be my whosoever. I will put it in your face. If you're going to the Senate to make money, go and make money. But we'll come into Liberia, we'll go to Lofa County and tell the people. We'll go tell the people. Because they believe in us. will expose you guys every single day. We running away. We are not running away, Joe. We running away from nobody. There is no trouble president. There is no arrogant president equal to Samuel Kayando and Charles in Liberia. In Liberia history. Nothing. Not you even read 1% of Samuel Kayando. We got him out. He got no grave. Charles in European jail. Try it. His son here in jail in Virginia. I think Virginia or somewhere around there for 99 years. Just sit down there. I wish we have 5 years Colbert. Bastard child like you. Then you want to tell somebody say they're not then you want to tell somebody say they're crazy. You won't get power, you won't get mad. They put just burn you and dash you. Your grandma got to pick you up. It's an English language. Bastard. We cannot identify your power. So you are a bastard. Joe, we are. Anybody may even call me, I will fuck you up too. This leadership insanity is no more inadequacy. It's cruelty. It's a barbaric behavior in the day against the people, against the poor people. Children are dying. Children, women are dying. They even got clinic to go to. America sent paracetamol that you're taking from the hospital. You're taking from the clinic. You're giving to your Indian clinics. Then your God people. They say celebrating Christmas, you lighting Christmas tree at the executive mansion ground. After you misuse our money, you watching your son football game. There is no man in Liberia now, for sure. Only 2 men in Liberia that I know. That Jeke and Mobake Moru. Those are the only 2 men. That's it. Because these are the 2 people, Joe Weah can do all his stupidity. But when he hit it on Jeke, Jeke will hit back. For Moba Moru part that he medicine. Moba Moru that medicine man for him. He can't try him. I dare him. If he real man. Let him caution the convention that Moba Moru presided over a chairperson or chairman at 2 a.m. and elected officers of the CDC. I challenge Judge Weah to comment on that. You get that other useless woman called herself vice president, go sit down on spoon to say, Joey, you're not doing nothing to her. Joey, even try to have sex with you. You Joel. You even got no moral ground. You got no moral credentials. Hey, talk about our town, then you go sit down on spoon to you to lecture them. If people on spoon to didn't know their history. Didn't know their history. What you gonna tell them Charles when you were killing our people? The people say you came my you came apart, I will vote for you. Even Jesus Christ that came to die for the people, they didn't even do it like that. Your husband said they not change. You amputated our brothers and sisters. There's other very fool that say you and your husband wanted to kill him. Now you become vice president too. You had an interview with Front Page Africa where you said you regretted. You really thought things could be better, but it's not better. Then you go sit down on spoon talk and flip the story. No integrity, no honesty, no sincerity, zero. Men and women in public service, they get it for themselves. You know what? I wish I had the opportunity to be Idi Amin of Liberia. All the motherfuckers would get in the ocean and take the country back. That's what we do to them. We'll put all of them in the ocean and take the country back. Fool. Thank you, my people. Thank you for coming. Everybody welcome and everybody thank you. You know what? Let me see whether I can recognize you guys by your name. Somebody here who is a Facebook champion. Okay? I respect my man. Sometimes he can have his life. He get 1 person, he get 2 people, sometimes 5. But he's so determined. You know what? I respect him for that. Just for that reason, I will recognize everybody here. You know? Emmanuel, welcome, okay? Not only that welcome, but I want to say thank you for being the first today. My brother Leon says from Chester, Pennsylvania. My man, you strong. Leo can come out every day. Every day Leo can come out. Leo doesn't care how many people on there. A man is strong. Just like Francis do, right? Francis do will come out whether you're lucky, you're unlucky, you're count, you're count. He doesn't care. You know, some people care about this. How many people within my, on my body like that too. But guess what? When you give good message, the people will view it. They will count later, even if they're not on with you. So I don't even care about that. I'm gonna just send out my message. These indigenous looters, we need to remove them, either by hope or crook. And maybe Joseph Boakai not going to be our leader, though. Probably we need to create our own leader. Or leaders. Like-minded leaders. Don't even put me there if you don't want to. Because this is way too much. Our children will not have anywhere to call home. To say where my father came from, let me go see that place. If the Congo people were looting, if they are ever looted the way Joshua and looting, for 157 years, there's going to be no country today. What? Which part of the world you see one person become president, they build 48 condominiums for themselves? Then people want to argue that. Leon says, my man, you're strong, okay? I accept your greeting, your Christmas message, everything, I got it. Sister Nora Guan, thank you for coming. Daniel Edward, thank you for coming. Eugene Harry, thank you for coming. And say holiday to you and AB. Yeah, thank you very much. Who next year? All right. Okay. All right. My uncle Falatera, thank you for coming. Who next year? John Fala, so uncle then here today. Tonight. So uncle yeah, thank you for coming. Yeah, your nephew firing. All right. Everybody, thank you for coming. And then I got my picking here, Trokon Bear from Germany. Thank you for coming. Heron Shapolo, thank you for coming. All right. Erity Fode, thank you for coming. My own, let's say, Ren Snutter, thank you for coming. My own minister, Alvin P, thank you for coming. All right, we got Terry Heron, thank you for coming from South Korea. Oh, thank you, my brother. Okay. Solomon G. Mason, thank you for coming. The line is very bad. Okay, I'm sorry. We already done with that. Nobody calling. Anyway. Now, Kumbia Rika. Okay, thank you for coming. You're trying to calculate those people money. We already put our corrupt. They're taking our money. Uriah Woods, thank you for coming. Oh, my big mama, Rebecca Tokpa. Thank you, big mama, for joining us tonight. I know you stay on the clock, but you see the whole man love this show here. Even when she on the clock, she can still show up. All right. Kimbe Snapper. Okay, Sumper. I'm sorry. Kimbe Sumper, thank you for coming. My man, you can't apply for a green card on visiting visa. You got to have some kind of condition. And even, I don't care what kind of condition you got, you can't move from visiting visa to green card. Maybe it will be adjustment of status. Just so you know, immigration law in America is referred to as family-based immigration system. That's how they did it. So that means that if your wife is here, that woman can file for you any part of the world you are. And they will show marriage certificate as a proof of relationship. That's family-based. If your child came to this country younger and they become 21 years, they can also file for you too. Because that your child by showing a birth certificate, to prove relationship. All right. If, let's say nobody, you don't get wife here, you don't get husband here, you came to America, you found some kind of young girl or you found young boy and they are 21 and above and you all like each other, you all get married. Yes, it's family-based. They will do adjustment of status. I'll technically give you all of the consultation stuff out here. All right, which most lawyers don't do. All right, but me, I'm not a lawyer, so I can say my thing. All right. So, Daniel, thank you for coming too. So, my brother, Simple, that is the answer I got for you. I don't care what kind of situation, visiting visa can't get you to green card direct. Maybe you will get something they call work permit, and then you move through the ladder to green card, and then eventually citizenship if you want it. Yeah, that's what that is. All right, Jeffrey, come in. Thank you for coming. Jeffrey, my brother, you entitled to your opinion, my brother. I don't take it as an affront, though. Let me tell you something. There are so many people around the block, around the corner that are better than me. They think we're doing so. We think we matter because we are Liberians. There are so many people are pissed, including seditionists that funded citizen in Minnesota. If you're talking about ignorance, George Weah is number one in that category. This man is an empty object. He's an empty object. George Weah is an empty object. I say so and evident by his behavior. His criminal behavior, his lackadaisical behavior. Now you made me to recap again. You talking about ignorance? If you are sedition, the fact that you honor my voice, I think you are also in that category too. But I don't take it as an affront. We are discussing national issues. Don't bring your petty stuff here. George Weah is the least. George Weah is the least president that Liberian people have ever voted for in Liberia. And the only reason it happened is because the young people got angry because even that analogy, I can't take it. If the medical doctor made mistake with your pregnant woman, then the next time they get pregnant, you carry them to farmer, right? Ain't that what you say? That's a continent in Africa there. They get white people, they get black people, then they get Liberians. That's it right there. That's where you come from. Heron Yango, thank you. Thank you for coming. Jeffrey, even though you're saying what you're saying, but your president is in that category. He's number one in the problem, you follow him too. All right? So, all right? So, Jeffrey, thank you for joining us. Even though you are weird chain, probably sedition. I don't know. I don't care about that. We'll take our country back from you, just so you know. We're coming for you. All right? Jeffrey, thank you for your comment. You are entitled to that. Henry Yango, thank you for joining us. Mariana Hammer, thank you for joining us. Yeah, it's a shameless Oja. I don't even call him president. Occupants of the executive mansion. Daniel Hiyama, thank you for joining us. Gordon Tukpa Wanto, thank you for joining us. Yes, I think so far so good. That's it. Oh no, that's not it. We got Sister Musu Snedo, thank you for joining us. Mohammed Kurma, thank you for joining us. Uncle Joseph Fire, thank you for joining us. Go another favorite Mo. Yeah, that Pastor Mo right there. Thank you, Pastor, for joining us. Okay. All right. I call Eugene Harry already. All right. Hashian family, thank you for joining us. I think just coming in, but that's fine. Stephen Colley, thank you for joining. Amos too, thank you for joining us. Who next here? Zubai Jala, thank you for joining us. All right. God is my hero, God. Thank you. He was here earlier. So, my people, I want to say thank you plenty for coming. Yeah, I'm doing no long closing. I already done with that. We will continue this thing. If George Weah and his cartel member pusher will push them back. All right? Samuel Kanya Do said, when two elephants fight, the Liberian, or that the grass will suffer, right? That grass are the Liberian people. But Minister Alvin P. said, nothing lasts forever, okay? And there is nothing impossible when it comes to God. They gone ever since. Those 300 plus children they killed in Nimba County and buried them alive in the where? Was that the reason they killed Taba for? You answer me. Some of you honor my life view. You answer me why they killed Taba for. I thought they killed Taba for misuse of power. But when they got it, what did they do? They did more than that, right? The people that came for them, the NPFL group, headed by Charles Taylor, Edin Johnson Sally, and Prince Johnson. Edin back off, Prince Johnson back off, Charles Taylor stayed there. What did he do here in Joy Howard Taylor? They did more than it. Because they did more than it, that's why Model king and Love Forces king. Then they produced, at the end of the day, Judy Bryant king with all the rebel forces, they looted our country, and they produced Ellen Johnson City. She brought her adult children in. They brought their friends brought their friends. They stole our money, including what international community gave her. Good governments, or not only good, but friendly government, friendly organization, and friendly people to Liberia. Everything they gave her, they stole it. Ellen and her people and her adult children, they stole it. That's why they gave the country to the empty object, so they cannot be prosecuted. But you know why? The philosopher said, "Now day for rule, one day for master." Course I will be in Liberia Friday. I'm touching. You'll see. You must go tell your Kolba. You'll see how you get missing from Liberia. This time, we're not going to no civil war. No civil war. We know what to do. You will be picked up. I say nobody else. Oh, Joy Umpa, she already done. She already done. The way she walking, she done already. Maybe she finally lay down and give it to Joey and now they're friendly again. They're having honeymoon because Joey wanted to eat it before. She was acting her head, but she gave it to him. She gave it to him because that's the power of the man medicine. To lay down with all the women. That's why Claudia ain't get time for him. Claudia only get time for her money. Claudia only get time for her money and she getting it. Jeffrey, you can come back. This is a man picking. Empty object. Occupant of the executive mansion. Okay, let me tell you something. If you're sitting over there, you're thinking, say, someone will come from Lofa County, we can't do that thing. You're sitting there. A different Lofa man. A different Lofa County man. Another Joseph Baga, you fire with fire. Then we'll go talking. We'll go talking. Okay? So you thank you for coming here. You're going to sue me, go with me there. This is not going to be scared of no soul. You take right with take right. Like our representative said, you take right with take right. You take stay with take stay. You take gun with take gun. Then we'll see. Anything that get messed up in Liberia, that Joey. That's not opposition. Opposition not get government. Opposition not in power. Anything that get messed up in Liberia right now, that Joey are responsible. If you ain't know that, you should know it tonight. Let me let you go, man. I'll finish with that. Thank you plenty for coming. I appreciate you guys. Have a nice sleep, depending where you are.